Hi, this is going to be Boruto chapter 47. And I want to say this chapter was amazing. And I want to praise Boruto for the last few recent releases. Like every chapter just keeps getting better and better. And this one, it was better than the last chapter. So it's crazy how good Boruto has been the last couple of months. I want to give praise to that, so much hype for this. And especially the ending of this chapter was pretty good indeed. So, when yeah, there was quite a lot of eventful stuff happening as well. As everyone's watching the video live feed of Kashin Koji versus Jigen struck Ishiki or Sutsuki, we get Amado giving more explanations about his ability, such as his shrinking ability. It's very simple concept, the ability to shrink everything, but the way he's displayed it throughout the series so far has been quite formidable, and has been used to make it look very effective indeed. And but one thing we do know is that his he doesn't really have much power left as he tries to shrink the flames, but eventually he runs out of chakra and the flames consuming, and these are the forever burning flames, similar to the Amaterasu made from toad oil or something. And there's also hints throughout the chapter as we watch the fight with Kashin Koji about Naruto, and it's just so it's not even subtle anymore. It's so blatant that he keeps saying that he feels something familiar about Kashin Koji, and we've all that actually the manga community have known for a while. The resemblance has been very canny indeed. It wasn't very subtle. It was very blatant. Is stuff like that, and Amado he also spills the beans on how to kill an Otsutsuki. Uh, Even though he's not 100% sure himself, he knows that. So what do we know is that the Karma Seal is the backup data of the Otsutsuki's life. And what's interesting to see is if an Otsutsuki resurrects, all of the Karma data kind of deletes himself. And it's kind of a clever mechanism because you don't really want clones of yourself, do you? So it's kind of clever, so only keep the original. I mean, not original. Just keep one copy and delete everything else. And we see in this chapter, what's it called? Kawaki, his karma seal actually disappears. But surely that's not fully correct because we know, especially in that first episode, we see Kawaki and Boruto fighting and they both got the karma seal. So something must have happened. So we know it doesn't last forever and it's only temporary right now. But what I did find quite cool and very Sasuke like was when when Kawaki busts into the interrogation room and tries to attack Amado straight away, and we see this one panel. It was pretty badass. I thought, Sasuke just rips the dude hand. There was no hesitation. If that was Naruto, he'd probably hesitate and block it. But with Sasuke, there was no hesitation. He amputates his arm straight off. So I thought that was pretty crazy. And I would say Sasuke is holding up his end of the bargain pretty well, considering that he what's it called? Amado now has asylum in Konoha, and he's pretty much been promised that no harm would be done to him. So I thought that was pretty good from Sasuke anyway. And yeah, Kawaki needs to calm down a little bit anyway. And nevertheless, we also get the full resurrection of Ishiki, and we do know that he's not perfect resurrection because the vessel is a bit bad, but nevertheless he looks pretty much done, to be honest. But one thing I have noticed about Ishiki in his resurrection form is his eyes. One of his eyes look a bit weird, I would say. I'm not really sure what that is. It's not like I don't know if it's a new dojutsu, but people have been speculating that it could be a different dojutsu, but I always thought because he was in imperfect form, it's just his eyes are broken like glass or something. But I gotta say, I don't know what that is. It could be a no dojutsu for now. But Ishiki in his resurrection form, he could be beaten. But it's interesting to see. His demeanor looks look quite different though. Like we can see he's only got one horn though, so incomplete transformation. And one thing I did notice is as soon as he transforms, we get these pillars that are floating, and I can't tell if they're shrinking or something. But actually, everything starts shrinking, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I don't know if Kashin Koji can beat what's it called, Ishiki in this form right now. And does Kashin Koji know he's got a good chance? And then we also get this monologue. So I saved the best for part. So the monologue that what you call Ishiki gives at the end about how all people have predetermined fate, and a mighty man fate, a star of change, and he's kind of talking about Jiraiya, and we even get this little what you call panel of Jiraiya's back as well, kind of a little flashback, and it's pretty crazy. And the mask comes off of Kashin Koji, and he looks exactly like Jiraiya, and not like the old Jiraiya, a bit youthful in a sense. So, and we learn. This is the big deal of the chapter, the big cliffhanger of the chapter is that Kashin Koji is a clone of Jiraiya, of the Sanin. So that's going to be quite crazy to see how Naruto's going to react to that, because Naruto has been dropping hints that he seems very familiar with this person, and there's even this one line. It's like, I don't know, I can't truly figure it out, but why am I so concerned about him? It's because he's a clone of Jiraiya. I don't know how Naruto's going to react to this, because cloning has always been seen kind of as immoral. So he's going to be, I suspect he's going to be quite upset with Amado about this, but judging from Ishiki's words, it seems like Amado had a bit of, what do you call it, a bit of an admiration for Jiraiya as a person who tried to change their fate and something like that, and he used him as an inspiration. Hence, why he's made a clone of Jiraiya. And where did he get the DNA for Jiraiya as well? So that's another question as well. And how long has this clone been around for? Has he been around for a while, or is it a new clone? And another thing I have so many questions about this, like it just brings up so many questions. But I guess that's what a good cliffhanger is supposed to do, make you think about what the mystery is, And another thing, I always assumed it was an android version of Jiraiya, like based on Jiraiya, but a clone of Jiraiya. That's kind of different, And I knew for the longest time that it couldn't have been Jiraiya himself, but something, a variant of Jiraiya. So I guess a clone of this would be nice, actually. And I do like the fact that Jiraiya didn't come back, because that would be, I don't know, that wouldn't sit well with me, especially with the way he went out and stuff like that. So I'm glad Jiraiya didn't come back, but I knew he wouldn't come back because I knew it'd be something else. But I want to know, is Kashin Koji also slightly cybernetically enhanced or not, or is he just a pure clone of Jiraiya? And yeah, this chapter was amazing, especially with the big reveals. And there was a lot going on in this chapter, to be honest. And I want to say this chapter was amazing, and I've been enjoying Boruto a lot, especially the pacing as well. It's been quite good as well, and the action, the suspense, it's top tier right now, and I cannot wait till next month to read on. And I think that's enough rambling for me. And goodbye, and I'll see you guys in chapter 48. Bye.